Hello students, now we are coming to the last leg of the unit where we try to know some tips how to identify each of these four conics that we have learned so far: parabola, circle, ellipse and hyperbola, right? So obviously there are certain things that you might have observed. If there is just one square, whether it is on the y or the x, it's definitely going to be a parabola, right? And then all the others will have squares on both x and y. So that's where we have to differentiate between each of them. Here, if you see that there is a square on x, there is a square on y, that it's positive here, and if the coefficients are the same, so that is what you have to watch out for. If the coefficients are the same, then it is going to be a circle. Okay, it's going to be our circle. Okay, so when there are two squares, x squared and y squared, the numbers are different, okay, but there is a positive sign between them. That's the catch here. Okay, there is a positive sign, then it's going to be, that means they're being added, so it's going to be ellipse. Okay, the last one, of course, you would have squares, you would have different numbers as coefficients, and sometimes same also, because it's okay, the hyperbola will still work, but there is a minus here, so the one term is being subtracted, so that is going to be a hyperbola. Okay, so keeping this in mind, if you see the questions here, you see here both are squares, the coefficient is 1 on both of them, which means the same coefficient, so it's going to be a circle, right? You can pause the video at this point and figure out what the others are and come back and play it again. Okay, here there's just one square, obviously it's going to be a parabola, right? And here both are squares, but one of them is being subtracted, and they're different numbers, of course. So this is hyperbola. And here the last one, of course, the other one left out is ellipse, but be careful. So this plus signs being added. There are different coefficients for x squared and y squared. So, and they're being added. So this is going to be ellipse. Okay. So all you have to do is convert each of them into standard form to answer the questions like what is focus, what's the vertex, so on and so forth, foci, and so on and so forth. So here it is a circle. You would first group all the x terms, then all the y terms. So this is more like a recap of the whole unit. Push the constant to the other side. The blank is going to be 4 here, another 4. So we are adding actually 8, 4 plus 4, 8. So here from the first group, you'll have x minus 2 squared. Here you'll have y plus 2 squared equals 9. So obviously the center is 2 and negative 2, and the radius is going to be 3 because 9 is perfect square. So square root of 9 is 3. Okay. Now here you have to group the x terms together and push the y term to the other side. There's only one y term, normally that's the case, because here we are going to complete the square and push the other one. So we are going to subtract these two to the other side. So, and also pull the coefficient out, 2 times x squared minus 2x plus blank, and on the right side it's going to be negative y minus 2. Correct? So in this blank you will have half of 2 squared, which is 1 squared, but 1 times the boss is 2, so we are actually adding 2 here. So this will cancel off. So here you have 2 times x minus 1 squared equals negative y. But normally for the standard equation of a parabola, we don't want anything on this side but here, so we are going to divide the whole equation by 2. So we'll just have x minus 1 squared equals negative half of y. So 4p is negative half, and so p is negative 1/8. Okay, it's an interesting one. The vertex here is 1 and 0, 1 and 0, right? And when you draw, I'll draw the parabola quickly. The square is on x, so it's going to be a vertical parabola, but there is a negative here, so it's going to face downward. The vertex is at 1, 0. The vertex is here, 1, 0, and so the focus will be below that. So 1/8 plus, actually 1/8 minus 1, so it's going to be here, right? Okay guys, so this is where we worked with, and if you see here, I have already worked this out for you. Here this is a circle, parabola. You would base your identification process with x squared plus y squared here. Both the coefficients are positive, and so this would be a circle, and they're positive and they're being added. Parabola, there is one x squared term. You just have to rearrange, and then you will get your completing the square method. Use that and you will get the equation as x minus 1 squared equals negative half y, and this will be the vertex 1 and 0. But since 4p is negative half, p is just negative 1/8. So that's one thing. And yeah, there is a minus here, so it's going to be a hyperbola. Just rearrange everything, but just remember that when you're doing the completing the square method, you're actually subtracting 100, because 4 times 25 is a negative 100. So you're subtracting 100 on the right side too, so you will get this. And we have done this before, so I'm like I did everything for you. You can pause the video and check your answers out. But I'm not going to go to the details where you have to find the other stuff like vertices, co-vertices. I would leave that exercise to you. Okay, and this is the ellipse. Okay, make sure you're adding 16 and 9 times 25 over here, so you'll get 225. So you're adding 225. In the case of ellipse, you're adding all the numbers, but in hyperbola you're subtracting one number, and hence this would be the detail. All right, this is it, my dears. This will end the unit for conics. Please let me know if you have any questions. All right, okay then, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.